Live, this is Good Morning Texas.
Yo, top of the morning to ya. Does that sound very Irish? I don't think it did, but you know what? I'm trying this morning. I'm Erin Hunter. Happy St. Patrick's Day. We are starting off the day actually a little bit different today with some St. Patty's themed bagels from Dan's Bagels. They're known for their sourdough base, and today their rainbow bagel is a vibrant swirl of green and white dough, and you can top it off with a smear of funfetti cream with, get this, green sprinkles, you guys, okay? They have 3 locations across North Texas, so go check them out. They've been voted top 10 best bagels right here in the entire country of the United States. So it's not just good here in Texas, it's good all over. Thanks again to Dan's Bagels this morning. Let's talk about it. What's coming up on our show? Where we're talking about how to wear shades of green in a fashion-forward way for St. Patrick's Day. Plus, Paige is live from Henry McCarty's Irish Pub. I'm sure she's probably already had a green beer or 2. It's a new spot out in Fort Worth, so we're going to check that out. Plus, what is more on par for the holiday than to have Irish dancers here in studio from the Innish Free School of Irish Dance? So we're going to get to have so much fun today in a green way. Let's pop over to the Weather Center, see what's going on outside. Marielle, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, my girl. We are looking beautiful for this afternoon, but it is off to a cold start. And of course, for those of you that don't know, I work in front of a green screen, so I can't wear green until after I'm done working. But we are looking at temperatures that are now in the 40s after a pretty chilly start to the day. We're at about 41 degrees. It feels like 36 when you do factor in the winds. Winds are light out of the south, anywhere between 5 to 10 miles per hour. We saw a little bit of cloud cover overhead, and that cloud cover overhead actually kept us from reaching freezing conditions this morning. Across the Metroplex, winds out of the south on the light side. Also the reason why temperatures didn't quite make it all the way to freezing, although some spots did make it there. I'm looking at Mineral Wells just finally climbing above freezing with 34 degrees in Mineral Wells and in Stephenville, about 40 in McKinney, 39 in Denton. The wind chill is at about 34 in Fort Worth and in Denton, 35 in McKinney, about 32 in Terrell. The wind chill is going to be a factor really for the next hour or so. I don't expect it to be really a thing much longer than that as our temperature does climb. So yesterday, we only made it to 47 degrees. We'll be above that at 52 degrees by noon today, 66 degrees around 4. It'll certainly feel more comfortable today when compared to yesterday. But today, the winds are kicking up in the afternoon. And then every day after today throughout the rest of the week, we're looking at our temperature climbing. In fact, by Friday, we could be dealing with near record high temperatures as we climb into the 90s for this weekend. I'll break down those numbers for you, Erin, in just a little bit.
All right. Thanks so much, Marielle. My goodness, those change-ups, they are swift. All right. Well, one DM from an Irishman led my next guest down a love roller coaster that millions of people actually watched unfold online. The internet fell in love with their story, but when that story took a painful turn, Teresa turned heartbreak into honesty and resilience. And today she's here to talk about how she overcame that hurdle to reclaim her voice. Good morning to you, Teresa.
Hi, Erin. Thanks for having me.
So glad to have you here. So I want you to tell us the entire story. Take us back to the beginning. What made that first Instagram DM from that Irishman turn into something that felt so special and so real?
It was interesting. So I work in social media. I receive a handful of DMs, not a ton of flirty ones, but you wouldn't know from looking at me. Surprised, I know.
What?
I know. I know. But it was a mixture of luck and timing, and he sent a well-worded, slightly flirty Irish message, and it caught my eye.
Oh my goodness. Okay, now before this, you weren't having much luck in the Dallas dating scene.
Okay,
right?
keep it down.
I even read in an article that you were ghosted by men who, quote, have 3 hairs and $2 to their name.
I mean, it's not a new experience for us ladies. It's
love
hard
that
on the
quote,
streets,
though.
okay? It's hard on the streets.
It is hard out here in Dallas. As someone who would know, it is quite hard out here in the dating scene. But this was before that, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So then tell me, your long distance love story quickly went viral online, and I'm assuming you just started sharing just out of pure love of
the game.
Yeah.
I told him before I posted, I checked that he was okay with it. It was very different than my normal content. I normally do story times, comedy stuff. And I was like, I just need to put something out there. This was an interesting experience. No one's going to pay attention to it. And then it was
It took
off
off
to the
from
races.
there. What do
Yeah.
you think about having so many people invested in your relationship? What kind of toll does that take? Or honestly, is there any positives as well?
Yeah, of course there are positives. It was exciting. It afforded me opportunities. I got sent back to Ireland on a brand trip, so that was very fun and lucrative. Yeah. But it was stressful at the same time because it was very much a real relationship. We were trying to foster a new long distance relationship and international at that. And there was a lot of pressure on it, on the public spectacle of it. So that was new for me to handle.
Let's talk about where it took a turn.
Let's talk about it.
It's kind of juicy, you guys. You visited each other several times, which you just mentioned, how you went back to Ireland.
Yeah.
You were hours away from a flight. And this was Christmas time, right?
Right.
Hours away from a flight. Literally, you receive a text like that hey girl text. Literally,
Pandora's box.
Let me come to you as a woman text and says, this is what I have to show you. These are these screenshots. And it's showing him being untrue to you. And so what was that feeling, especially because it's such sudden heartbreak? My bag is packed. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to come see you.
Yeah.
And now I have someone coming to me and telling me about you, which you should have told me.
Right. Always buy a refundable flight. I'll say that.
Get the insurance.
My bad. But my heart just dropped. I was truly deeply in love with him, and it was so completely the opposite of what I had experienced him to be up until that point. So it was hard to marry those two things together. So I called him, I confronted him, he admitted everything, and I canceled the flight and went home to mom and dad.
First of all, good on you, because I think there's a lot of us who would have been delulu and still
Christmas
got on the plane.
Christmas in Ireland was tempting.
Okay,
so I was like,
because look, I'm going for the trip just for the funsies to talk about it.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
But good on you for having self-worth and putting that at the top of your list and saying, you know what? I deserve so much more. I'm going home. I'm removing myself. Now, you were honest with your followers in that wasn't the last time you talked to him. You reached out again, and then I think that's just a girl's way because you love him, and at this point, he's giving you a reason to kind of pull back, but you didn't necessarily want to pull back on your own.
No, it was just such a 180 from the trajectory of the relationship up until that point, so it was difficult for me to rip the Band-Aid and be like, I wish I was a bada bing, bada boom, we're done kind of girl, but it's not my nature.
Exactly.
So I talked to him a little bit longer, kind of allowed myself to find comfort in ways that I shouldn't be finding comfort. And then probably about 2 weeks later, I came to terms with the fact that I needed to take some space, and then I got another DM from a new
That's
girl.
right. Listen, when one car breaks down, you hop in the next
the universe said, here you go.
Let me help you out. Well, millions followed your romance online, how we were just talking about. So how hard was it for you to be honest with them and say, look, you guys, I'm so glad you came on this journey with me, but unfortunately, this is not the man?
It was very difficult because I was receiving so many comments and messages from people saying, like, this is making me believe in love again. And I hated to burst that bubble for them, but I think honesty and vulnerability is the most important thing across the board. And so I couldn't just let it disappear. It had so many eyes on it up until that point. So I thought, I'll tell the story, but I'll try and make it more focused on me and what I do with it, as opposed to like, we hate men type of thing, you know.
But you know, it could be an easy direction to go in.
Easily.
But okay, tell me, because you lost a boyfriend, but you gained a community. And so what can people who are maybe even are just seeing you for the first time, what can they expect when they follow you and follow your journey?
They'll get a little comedy, they'll get some laughs, but also specifically lately, some vulnerability, some kind of harsh truths maybe, and revelations of things that I think people are not always willing to talk about.
Exactly. Still sharing the dating, though, here in Dallas?
I mean, we'll see.
You'll
not catch another man on my feed.
Look, unless I get the ring, he can't go up there.
5 years in, and then maybe you'll see him.
So good. Tell us where we can find you.
You can follow me on all socials at Little Drowned Rat.
There you okay.
Long story. DM me. Ask me about it.
That'll be in the next conversation. Teresa, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
The luck of the Irish is smiling on Cowtown with the opening of Henry McCarty's Irish Pub. We sent our little Fort Worth lassie to find out so much more. Hello, Paige.
Hello, we're here at Henry McCarty's Irish Pub. We are celebrating St. Patrick's Day, and we are doing it early. And these fine folks have something they want to say. Good morning, Texas! Woo! Good morning, Texas, indeed. The party has just started, and everybody is in the spirit, because the luck of the Irish has shone brightly right here in North Texas, specifically in Fort Worth.
This is Alan Kearney from Ireland himself,
morning.
I might add. Good morning to you.
How are you?
I am doing great.
Welcome to St. Patrick's Day at Henry McCarty's.
I can tell you're not from West Texas, my friend. You're from Ireland. Tell me a little bit about your background.
The heart of Dublin. Born and bred, and moved here about 15 years ago. And we opened some Irish pubs to bring our culture and our tradition here.
You know, you might be familiar with some of these Irish pubs. They're scattered throughout North Texas. And really what you've done is you really have brought the whole Irish spirit and in some ways really celebrated the Irish culture, because throughout North Texas we had Irish settlements that came throughout our history. It's so important to keep that culture alive, especially given how vibrant it is. And looking around here, you can see it really is a celebration. The history of the name of this place I find interesting, because the gentleman above us, you might recognize him, that's Billy the Kid, otherwise known as Henry McCarty. Tell me more.
Henry McCarty, aka William Bonney, and Billy the Kid. Parents were born in Donegal in Ireland during the famine, emigrated over, and he found himself down in the wild frontier, and the rest is history.
And it just seems so appropriate that, of course, in the wild frontier, coming here to Fort Worth into Cowtown, this is the perfect place to celebrate all things Irish. And really, looking at the folks here, they're ready to celebrate as well.
Sure.
What is the significance of St. Patrick's Day? Why did we celebrate it to begin with?
Well, St. Patrick was a 5th century saint, and he brought Christianity to Ireland. And the three-leaf shamrock, he blessed the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, and brought Christianity to our country.
Was St. Patrick's Day and the color green, was it always associated with green? Because I've heard rumors that it was originally blue, then changed to green. Is that all just false?
Well, I think it was green.
I think it was green, and we're certainly celebrating it, all things green, but also with one of these. This is a Guinness, a traditional Irish lager. What makes this Guinness so special?
1759, Arthur Guinness took a 1,000-year lease in Dublin for $47, pounds back then, a year for 1,000 years. Guinness is brewed in Dublin and it's imported in every day into America. It's a 2-step pour. We adjust our gas, we do it the way we have it back in Ireland, and we make sure every pint is perfectly poured.
And as you can see, people are celebrating early. They're having some Guinness. This is the time to celebrate. I want to learn more about, when it comes to you growing up in Ireland, what is it about the Irish that make them such a welcoming culture?
Well, I think it's in our literature, our tradition, the history of the country. We always love the stories, and there's great stories, and we love to talk.
Let's talk a little bit about the stories as we walk around here, because seeing all these people having fun, we're going to be talking about a little later on about the Irish food, because that in of itself has a culture of all its own, the different flavors that are of Ireland. But one of the things that I think you've done so well with your varied Irish concepts that you've brought here to North Texas is that you've kept them so authentic to Ireland. You've made sure that you've really respected that culture so that people can really get a true, authentic taste of Ireland. Tell me why that was so important to you to maintain that through each of your restaurant concepts.
It's very important, Paige. Our traditional Irish food is the recipes that we brought from Ireland and that we serve every day in our kitchens, and that we make every day in our kitchens. We don't change a thing. And it's the way that you get them in Dublin, Ireland this morning, and it's the way that we'll be serving them tomorrow and the next day.
That is so true. Well, great news. The luck of the Irish continues. We're going to be coming back a little later on the show and take a deeper dive into the different types of culinary fare that are being served here, and also same that were being served in Ireland. I want to remind people, even though the party started, to drink responsibly. I'll have a taste of this Guinness as I send it back to you, little lassie Erin.
My goodness, Guinness at 9:13 in the morning. Girl, you don't play. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I love her. All right. If you've ever wondered why it's tradition to wear green on St. Patrick's Day, it's tied to folklore that says wearing green makes you invisible to those little leprechauns, which like to pinch anyone that they can see. Holly Quintero of Galleria Dallas is here with stylish ways to wear shades of green without looking like a leprechaun. Good morning.
Good morning, Erin.
Oh my goodness, so excited to have you. So why does it seem like green? Honestly, it kind of universally works on everybody.
It actually does, and there is a reason for that. It kind of sits in the middle of the color wheel. So it's a little warm and a little cool because it's a mix of yellow and blue.
Yes.
So, and the other thing that makes it work for so many people is there's so many different shades of green that you are going to find one that works for your skin tone, your hair color, all the things that goes with your coloring.
And we've got all the shades today. So let's have a little St. Patrick's Day fashion show this morning, shall we? Let's get a look at our first model. You guys, I'm obsessed with these shoes. So good.
Cute. This look is from Gap, and I love this like really great, almost a spearmint green is the way I looked at this. It's that traditional kind of Kelly green, but it's got that cool factor to it. I love this nice lightweight sweater, perfect for
this
the
time of
spring
year.
transition time, but works great for like the beach when you pair it with a pair of linen drawstring shorts like we've done here. And then like you said, those fun jelly sandals, those are from Gap also. So you can get this full head to toe look at Gap and be ready for your St. Patrick's Day, or you know, this again through summer.
Yeah,
this
exactly. I was about to say this is a perfect St. Patrick's Day spring break outfit. I think so timely. All right, let's get a look at our second model. This will be perfect for going out this evening. Maybe you've got a date and you want to make it St. Patrick's Day themed.
Yeah, and actually I love this for a great Easter dress if you're looking for, I mean, lime green is having a moment right now, and I love this dress. This is by Karl Lagerfeld. It's available at Macy's, and I love it for two reasons. First of all, that lime green is, like I said, it's having a moment. I love the high neckline of this dress, and the other thing that I want to touch on are these big, bold florals. You know, for spring, bright, big, bold florals are in, and this dress is the perfect way to wear that midi length. It's just modest and perfect for so many different people.
I was about to say you can get so many wears out of it, from brunch all the way down to church. I like it. Very good. All right, let's get a look at our third model. I'm obsessed with a two-piece monochromatic set.
Yes,
and this is that.
This is that, and it's a totally different shade of green. If you're not into those bright lime green or spearmint green, I love an olive green or an army green like this. This look is from Mango, and this knit set is so cute. The pants and the shirt with the tie at the waist are just really chic and on trend. We've given her a fun scarf just to add a little bit of color, and those great sunglasses. But this is a sophisticated way to wear green. And again, it's not like in your face bright green.
Right.
It's understated because it leans in that warm brown kind of tones.
Can I just say this works so well on you, from the S-wave in your hair down to the correct color green. Baby, it's giving rich auntie. I like it.
Exactly.
So good. You're ready for the day. Let's get a look at our fourth model. This again taps into spring break and those fun patterns, especially for summer.
Tropical prints and kind of this fun.
We're dreaming of vacation.
We are. We're ready for this winter weather to move on and get into these spring and summer temperatures. Now this has a very Farm Rio look to it. It looks very expensive, but this look is actually from H&M, if you can believe it, and the entire look is under $100. So this is a really, really, rich looking outfit for a low price point. I love the wrap skirt on this and the contrast detail of the bows, both on the skirt and on those bows on the top. Super cute. You can wear these as separates as well. Would work really great with like a white tank top with this skirt, or this top with a pair of denim shorts. So many ways to wear it.
I love, and the earrings just send it over the top. They're perfect.
Do.
So good. Thank you so much. Now, we can't let Holly go because you know she always comes stepping when she come up in here in GMT. So let's talk about your outfit, my girl.
Oh, thanks. This is actually from Mango, also in that same kind of olive green color. I love the just simple slip dress with the shoulder pad. Simple and elegant, and goes lots of different places.
I was about to say, this could go to Easter or happy hour too as well.
Exactly.
I love. All right, let's get a final look at our models this morning. And if you could, tell us where we can find all of these fabulous looks.
You can find all of these at Galleria Dallas. We have Gap, Macy's, Mango, and H&M.
Very good. Holly, thank you so much for getting us ready for St. Patrick's Day. Still ahead on GMT, we're continuing our celebration of St. Patrick's Day with some Irish dancing. Michelle?
Minute is coming back because we have things to look forward to. Even though the Mavericks have lost 20 in their last 24 games, that's actually a good thing, and we'll tell you why when GMT continues after this.
It's time for Mavs Mania. We're on the tail end of the NBA season, and the Mavs have brought home 2 victories in a row so far, which is actually wonderful. So here to tell us what we can expect as we reach the finish line of the season is WFA sports reporter Michelle Montaigne. Welcome back, my girl.
Thank you. I love us in our little green.
Come on, we're ready.
Today.
Yes,
green
indeed.
and white.
Okay, so the Mavs pulled off 2 wins last week, but in their last game out last night, they fell to the Pelicans. So why is that loss actually bad after all?
So it's actually not so bad. Because,
okay, so it's not so bad.
Yes, and that's because New Orleans is technically right now ahead of Dallas in the tankathon standings. And truthfully, that is what matters at this point in this season. The Mavericks have struggled mightily. They're 23-46 as we speak today. And so right now, their priority, the fact that they only own their own 2026 first round draft pick, their priority has to be striking gold in this year's draft lottery. And so right now, you look at a team like New Orleans, who's ahead of them in the tankathon standings, or meaning they would pick before them or have better odds to land a lottery pick because they have a worse record than the Mavericks. When you lose a head-to-head like that, that's actually beneficial for you because you want to move above New Orleans in these standings. And right now, the Mavericks have a 32% chance of landing a top 4 pick, and this is a loaded draft class. So if you're picking in the top 4, you have a good chance of getting somebody who can really improve your team, just the way Cooper Flagg did in 1 year.
Right.
But they only have a 7.5% chance of getting that number 1 overall pick. The worse they are in the standings, meaning the more games they lose down the stretch, the better for them.
The better draft they'll
and
have.
especially when you lose a head-to-head against a team who's above you in those standings, it's actually not all that bad.
Okay, so we'll take the loss.
We'll take it.
It's fine.
I mean,
we're going to be fine.
to be happy about.
Let's talk about the draft class we were just talking about in Cooper Flagg. He has a special relationship with someone that I haven't really heard a ton about lately, Kyrie Irving. Where is he at? What are they doing? Are they still kikiing? Are they still working together?
Yes, Kyrie is around, and that's not something that you always find with your all-star guards like this, especially in the NBA. The fact that Kyrie is still rehabbing from his torn ACL, but he's decided to be around the team during that time is huge. And the fact that he's taken a special interest in helping mentor Cooper, I thought one of the things that was really interesting, Cooper said that he's never lost this much in his life. Go back to his prep career. I mean, this guy has been a winner from day one, and he was really struggling, and he admitted that to Kyrie. And he said the thing that Kyrie helped him with was the fact that he had been through it all. Like, he was a number 1 overall draft pick, also from Duke, who was in a situation where he wasn't winning a lot his his rookie year. And so he leaned on Kyrie a lot. Kyrie gave him advice on, hey, even though you're not winning, there are so many lessons you can take from the experience. And he said that that's really helped him through what have been some admittedly really hard days during his rookie season because the Mavericks have struggled so much.
But you know what? I'm glad that he does have a mentor because there's a lot of rookies coming in who do not have that person, or they have that person, but that person's still playing, and they want to be good for themselves as well. So it's nice to have a little mentor there.
Especially when he's as good as Kyrie is.
Exactly.
Future Hall of Famer.
Exactly. Yeah. It's going to be wonderful. All right. Thanks so much for joining us, Michelle. The Mavs, they play at home tomorrow versus the Hawks, then again on Saturday versus the Clippers. You can watch the games on our sister station, KFAA Channel 29. And to learn so much more, go to WFA.com/KFAA. This Mavs Mania is sponsored by the On Time Experts.
Live, this is Good Morning Texas.
Now, when everybody celebrated St. Patrick's Day this past weekend, it was warm and hot. Everybody was out there. We saw you in them videos. Today, I don't know if people are going to be popping out. It feels like it's wintertime again.
I mean, just for the morning time, though. This afternoon, yes, it's not going to be as warm as last weekend. But this afternoon, temperatures will climb into the 60s, so it'll feel more comfortable than yesterday, at least.
Hallelujah.
It will be breezy at times, though, so let's go ahead and get you ready for the rest of the day. We are looking at Fort Worth, temperature right now of 38 degrees. Yeah, it's a little chilly. Winds are out of the south and on the light side. DBU showing a temp of 41. Winds out of the south at 5 to 10. Overall high temperatures today will be in the 60s. About 67 in Fort Worth, 66 in Dallas, and into the 70s for our northwestern counties. 73 for Wichita Falls, Archer City, Graham, even areas of Seymour and Haskell into the mid-70s today. The rest of us will be in the 60s. It'll be breezy at times. Winds really kicking up after about 2 or 3 in the afternoon, gusting to about 20, 25 miles per hour. And that's the reason why we have an elevated fire danger today. And this is primarily for the I-35 corridor, but more so west of DFW along our western counties. Basically, what this means is that fires can start and spread quickly, so be sure to avoid any activities that could lead to sparks. Tonight could be another cool night. Not quite as chilly as the last couple of mornings, but we'll be down to about 46 in Dallas, 47 in Fort Worth, which is actually normal for this time of the year. Normal morning low temperatures are about 48. The high will make it all the way to 78 degrees on Wednesday, 88 degrees on Thursday. Look at what happens Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're looking at highs in the 90s. This is about 20 to 25 degrees warmer than normal. We could see record high temperatures on Friday and again on Sunday. And as of now, our next system that comes in happens Sunday night going into Monday. It does not bring in any rain, but it helps drop our highs ever so slightly into the 80s. So while it won't be as warm as this weekend, I think it'll be even warmer this upcoming weekend.
It will indeed. My goodness. Let me go ahead and plan my first pool day of the year. I like it. 94 degrees. Thanks so much, Mario. The St. Patrick's Day party, it is just getting started in Fort Worth, actually, at the newly opened Henry McCarty's Irish Pub. And you guys, I'm so green with envy this morning as Paige is live and she's sampling some authentic Irish flavors. And turns out she's listening to them too. Hello, Paige, once again.
This is indeed Henry McCarty's. We're having an Irish good time here. This is newly opened. This really gives you a true taste of Ireland right here in Fort Worth. Alan Kearney, you're back with us. We got a party going, don't we, guys? There's nothing wrong with starting early. I don't see there's anything wrong with that. And you know what else we're talking about? We're talking about the food, and there's a plenty. Alan, show us about these wonderful different Irish creations and some of the flavors that are your favorite.
Let's do the food. Scotch egg, one of our favorites.
Look at this.
Not exactly Irish, not Scottish, but actually from London in the 1800s. So a Scotch egg recreated the right way.
Tell them how they make a Scotch egg, because this is one of my favorite delicacies. This is such a simple type of food, but it's now been kind of elevated. How do you make one of these?
Herb crusted sausage, panko fried, and then we have our secret way of keeping the egg soft inside. Never hard, always serve soft boiled.
It is
inside
delicious.
The Scotch egg.
This is fantastic, authentic European pub fare. It's delicious. All right, what's next?
Let's do it. Atlantic cod, a staple. We do it the right way, a full fillet. Every fillet is from the North Atlantic. We can move on to our bangers and mashed pork sausages, brought in from Dublin. Served in mashed potatoes.
These are brought in from Dublin.
We import them in from Dublin. We have our pub pretzel with Guinness cheese sauce. And then we have our shepherd's pie.
Let's talk a little bit about this, because I want our viewers to have an opportunity to get a good sense of what this shepherd's pie is like. We hear about shepherd's pie, we think of Ireland, but what is in this?
So the chef said many, many years ago, is it beef or is it lamb? And he said, let's do both. So it's beef and lamb with our carrots and our famous mashed potatoes, served with our homemade brown bread and a nice accompanied salad.
What is in the sauce?
The sauce is a nice beef stock with a little bit of Guinness and a little bit of whiskey.
I knew it.
There we go.
Taste it. I can taste the Guinness and I can taste the whiskey.
You must be Irish. There we go.
There's a little bit of Irish blood in me. All right. And then a lot of people are having right now the traditional breakfast. What's in a traditional Irish breakfast?
So we have our traditional Irish breakfast, the way that it's served for many, many years. We've got our pork bacon, our Irish rasher bacon. We have black pudding, white pudding. We've got our mushrooms, and we've got our hash and our eggs.
And you can never have a traditional breakfast like this without baked beans. Something that Americans are not used to, but I'm going to tell you, It's a delicious accompaniment.
It is, and we fly them in, Heinz beans in from Ireland as well, the way that they're made in Dublin.
I love the fact that you are being so careful to make sure that your flavors are truly Irish. I mean, coming straight from Ireland to curate your menu is huge. And that is also something that you can see in the decor that you've created here. When you were building out this particular restaurant, what was the atmosphere that you wanted people to experience when they came and dined?
Well, I think the most important thing is we're in Fort Worth. And yeah, I've got to give Fort Worth what Fort Worth is.
Yes, you know,
So
I love me some Fort Worth.
We brought a bit of traditional Irish in with some Western. And we put it all together, and this is what we got. So we got the longhorns, and we got the bagpipes, and we got the fiddles.
I gotta
so
say,
it's all in the one place.
you nailed it. And the timing of the opening of this restaurant, just in time for St. Patrick's Day. What kinds of celebrations are you planning?
What have we got going today? We have live Irish music going all day, traditional Irish music going all day. We have our bagpiper in and out. We've got the Guinness band in later on. And we got plenty of beer, plenty of food, and plenty of fun.
I'm telling you, so much fun. The food is delicious. The atmosphere is great. The people are wonderful. Everybody is having a wonderful time here. I want all of you to say to the camera on my count, Happy St. Patrick's Day. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Happy St. Patrick's Day!
Come and check out McCarty's Irish Pub right here in Fort Worth. You can really have a memorable St. Patrick's Day. Way to go, Alan.
Thank you so much.
I'm having another Scotch egg and maybe a Guinness. And I'll bring some back for you, Erin. Thanks so much. Sending it to you.
Wait, did I hear that right? Is she gonna bring me back a Guinness? I love. Thanks, Paige. Coming up tomorrow on GMT. It's a story of redemption and forgiveness. Paige talks to the women behind the new movie, Reminders of Him. Then the ABCs of homeschooling, what North Texas parents need to know and how to network with other homeschooling families. Plus, from robots to music to plumbing, the gadget guy, Steve Greenberg, shares his top picks to spring into home improvement projects. We'll be right back. We've given you fashion and food, but what better way to celebrate Irish culture than with the rhythm and energy of Irish dance? And this morning, I'm joined by Madison DeFelice and several competitive dancers from the Innisfree School of Irish Dance. Welcome to you all.
Hello, thank you.
So glad to have you guys here. So for people who don't know, tell us a little bit about the Innisfree School of Irish Dance and just the history of dance in general when it comes to Irish culture.
Yeah, so in 1977, Emily Tuzon started the first Irish dance school in North Texas, and in 1999, her daughter Leslie Middleton took over and is currently teaching now in 3 different locations here in Dallas.
Wow, very good. Okay, so tell me a little bit about the history of the program here in Dallas. I know you told me it's been in the works for a little while. It's almost generational, but what is it like for you guys to go in there and, I'm assuming, learn something new at first and then grow into this full dance career?
Yeah, it's definitely an experience. You start at such a young age for most people, and you kind of don't know what you're getting into when you first start, but then you kind of realize, like, wait, this is really fun. This is so interesting. It's so different than from what most people really think. And then you kind of just grow to love it, and we never want to stop.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so tell me, why is dancing so significant to the Irish culture?
Yeah, it really shows the transformation of how culture can change over time. Irish dance has been something that's been going on for centuries, and it's just evolved so much over time. It's so cool to see.
Oh my goodness, and like you said, there's multiple locations, so I'm assuming multiple programs as well. And this is for all ages, I'm assuming, because you said you started young.
Yeah, so we take ages from 5 all the way to adults. So,
really?
Yeah.
So people can get started as an adult?
Absolutely. Yeah, we have tons of adult dancers.
You could teach me something?
Absolutely.
I don't know if you would want to see it, but I'm interested now because, like I said, usually in a sport like this, usually you're doing it from the time you're a wee bit, you know? And so if someone wants to learn more about the classes, where do they go to learn more about what you guys do?
So you can go to our Instagram, it's Innisfree Dallas, as well as the Facebook, or we have a website, which is just innisfreedallas.com.
Okay, now you guys, they are going to be performing for us today, but I do want a little BTS into how you guys make the performances happen. So can you you show us just a little, like, are we clicking our feet? Just in slow motion, nothing crazy.
Yeah,
Is
sure.
it just a jump? Is it a click of the heel and then the toe? How's it go?
In hard shoes, we usually do something called trebles. It's the most common. It's just kind of a little.
Oh, girl.
That's all.
Listen, if you're an adult, sign up now, okay? Because it looks difficult, but I know you guys are going to be amazing. So I'm going to stop talking because they have a fabulous performance for you. Thank you guys again for joining us, and happy St. Patrick's Day to you all. I'm going to back out because we're going to have these lovely dancers give us a special performance and show us how it's done. You guys, take it away.
Look at this.
Here's a surprise. Dog owners, you don't have to exclude those four-legged family members from today's St. Patty's Day celebrations. Melanie Fox from Homegrown Hounds is back to show us how to make St. Patrick's Day treats. Okay, I like it. Hello, Melanie.
Hello. Well, you know, we have something for every holiday for the dogs.
You guys, the dogs, first, tell them who we have here.
Well, we have Akeem, who is going as a leprechaun today.
Love.
And then Amira, you know,
Looks
she's
beautiful as
got her little hat
always.
too.
The hats are everything, you guys. But let's talk about it. I'm ready to dive in. What are we making first for our fabulous pups today?
So today, of course, it's St. Patrick's Day, so we're gonna make dog beer. And
What?
yes, dog beer. It is non-alcoholic. Everybody always asks me this, and it's a whole thing, but no, there's no alcohol. It's just chicken broth, and then we're gonna top it with some goat milk foam. We're gonna froth up some goat milk.
Okay, let's do it.
And then we're gonna make puppy charms. So we're gonna start with, so I have just some chicken broth here, okay? And we're gonna add a little bit of our yellow food coloring, so this is all natural. You can also use turmeric too, if you want. Yeah.
How
It just
natural.
depends on how, like, you know, picky your dogs are about taste.
Yes,
So we're gonna
but you made this chicken broth yourself, I know it.
did, yes. So we're gonna stir that up so it gets nice and yellow, a very good beer color. We're gonna let that settle so that the kind of like chicken bits get to the bottom. And I'm gonna give you some goat milk.
Okay.
Now remember, you can just buy this at the grocery store, okay? Or you can, you can get the powdered goat milk in the baking aisle. It's super nutritious. I'm gonna let you froth that up. And froth it up really good because we want to get that foam.
Oh my gosh,
from the
I feel
top,
like I'm
okay?
at Starbucks, but for the
And you can hit it one more time too.
Oh, faster?
Yeah,
Okay.
as fast as possible.
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh, look how foamy that is.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
So good. Yes.
Okay, now let
good.
me ask you this, just to be specific and just to be sure, because I know that's goat milk. They can only have goat milk, right?
So yeah, we do goat milk, or you can do oat milk as long as it doesn't have any added sugars or anything. But goat milk's generally the safest for them to digest. We don't want to do any dairy. You could also do Greek yogurt. Beautiful. That's
oh my
perfect.
God. Oh wait, this is the foam in the beer, no?
Yes.
Yes,
So
love.
first we're gonna pour this into our glasses, and I love to use little beer glasses, but you can use anything. You can even do it in their dog bowl. It
They
doesn't even
deserve the
matter.
best, right?
Yeah, so like, look how cute this is, right?
Oh my
And you can even
gosh.
strain this if you didn't want the chicken bits in it.
But you know what? They're
And
gonna
then-
tear it up.
And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna spoon this on, okay? Stop
Oh my God, I
right
love.
now. Can you even take it? Okay, so this is for the Instagram, y'all, okay?
And we do have those pup
then-
parents out there who want
Shut
these
up. Do you see
beautiful.
this? Okay, yeah, okay, because that's dog beer, yeah.
Oh my
And it's
gosh.
healthy too, right?
So
Yeah.
nutritious, but it's
I
so
know.
on theme. And like you said, we can get those cute Instagram pictures. Should
is.
we
Yeah,
give
we
this
need
to
to
them? Come on.
You want some dog food?
Look, I'm just going to leave this here for you. I wish somebody would bring me a beer, child. Now, let me tell you guys how over the top Melanie is, okay? She does not play about her baby, so much so that she has made dog-esque Lucky Charms, my girl.
Puppy charms, right?
How?
Yes, I
How?
know. Okay, so the charms, and this tutorial is in my app, so you can get the Dog Divas app on both app stores. This is more involved. This is just kind of colored Greek yogurt, and you have to dehydrate it. But we're gonna we're kind of making a little cereal. So
Yes.
we're also making toasted chickpeas. So you just get like chickpeas in a can, just like this, and you're gonna toast them in your oven for about 180 degrees for like 2 hours. Just leave them in there. Don't worry about it. You want to make sure that they're fully dry if you're gonna keep them out.
Yeah.
And then we're going to. So you have the toasted chickpeas in here.
Yes.
And basically, what we're gonna make them peanut butter style, right?
Which they would love, absolutely. So we got a little bit of peanut butter here.
We're gonna pour just a
Oh my
smidge.
gosh, wait, before we move, how ironic. There's a bubble in there that looks like a paw print. Can you guys see
No, it
that or am I
doesn't.
tripping?
Shut your mouth.
Oh,
Let me see.
I don't know if they can see
you
it. They're
see
going to
it?
think I'm crazy. You see it though, right?
It does though. Oh my god.
I'm sorry you guys can't see it. I wish you could. Okay, pouring
so
it in.
About peanut butter, we want to make sure it's just peanuts. Okay, so this is 100% peanuts. Crazy Richard's, so good. Okay, so you're just gonna do a little bit. It's basically like a teaspoon.
Oh,
okay?
that's okay.
You think it would be more, but it's not. Okay, and I messed
Give
up
her a
both
little
our spoons.
twist.
So stir it up. Get them all covered. You just want them all covered, and then we're gonna put a little coconut flour on them, just to make it so that way it's like when you touch it, it's not sticky. you
Got
know?
it.
Because a lot of times dogs are only deterred by peanut butter because of the texture, because it sticks to their mouths.
Yeah, it gets stuck to the roof of their mouths just like us.
And it kind of looks like to me like that.
This smells
like Reese's
good.
Puffs cereal. It actually is pretty good. So okay, so you got it all nice and covered, and now we're just gonna sprinkle our coconut flour on it. And
Beautiful.
Then you're gonna stir that around.
Oh my
And
gosh,
then
it
we're
looks
gonna
like
get
cereal for
Doesn't
real.
it? It looks like the little like Reese's peanut butter puff cereal is what it always reminds me of.
Akeem and Amira, I just want you to know you have the best pup mom
So,
in
yeah.
the world,
And then,
okay?
And then we're just gonna put it in our bowl, okay? And then
Little
we'll put
scoop-a-rooney?
Yeah, we'll put some little puppy charms on it.
Oh my gosh.
I know, which is like all natural food coloring.
So
and,
good.
You know, and then we put our little puppy charms on it.
And a little
I
decoration.
know. And then we can use a little bit of our extra milk, right? Because it's a cereal.
Oh my
right?
gosh. I was like, where are you going with this? So good. So stinking cool. Akeem is
yeah.
already sitting up. You want to
know.
taste?
What do you think? What do we
Let's
got
see.
here?
Okay, you guys.
Breakfast of champions, right? Beer and cereal.
Beer and cereal, that's the way to go. We're going to be right back, but we're coming back with Melanie and the gang, so don't worry. You'll get to see them tear into their St. Patty's Day treats. We'll be right back.
Wardrobe for our hosts is sponsored by Dillard's at North Park Center.
You guys, you saw before the break we made some pup beer and some pup Lucky Charms cereal. And you know what? If you remember, Dan's Bagels dropped us off some fabulous little treats this morning. So the dogs get Lucky Charms, but we get Lucky Charms too. I'm ripping this half for you. Oh, Lord. Girl, I'm ripping it for real. Hold on.
Okay, I'm ready.
Wait. You just gotta take half. Just take half. There we go. Okay, now before we dive into this fabulous bite, if there's dog parents at home who are thinking, I want to make something cool for my pet kids as well, tell me where they can find you and your app.
Yes, absolutely. You can follow us on Instagram on Homegrown Hounds, and you can also download my free app on the Apple App Store or Android. It's Dog Divas, and my full tutorial for all of this is in there. He's eating this.
Look, he is. He's tearing it up. Cheers to you, Akibi, stirring it up.
Cheers
to you, my girl.
Okay.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, and thank you, Dans. Ooh, let's dive in.
Well, that is good.
Yeah, that is. See you guys later.